Alright, hello everybody, Zaxter99 back with you guys again here. In this video, I want to show you guys what you would do typically if you're on PC, but also if you're on console. What do you do if you experience a hacker or an obvious cheater in Dead by Daylight? So with this, I'm not talking about the kind of games where you have and you're like wondering, hey, how did that killer know where I was? I was in a locker and they just came right to the locker. Or, you kind of have doubts about how they knew. It's not overly obvious that they were hacking. Usually when somebody's cheating in the game, it's overly obvious, people. Like they're flying around, they're going super, super fast, or they're flying, or they're, maybe they're throwing hatchets as a spirit or something like that. Just something crazy. Usually when somebody's hacking in Dead by Daylight, it is blatantly obvious. There's really no question to it. So let's go ahead and pretend, guys, that I'm on PC. And let's just pretend that Boosted here. Now let's pretend that Frankie Meatballs. And this guy was not cheating. The killer killed us all. It was a Freddy game, rank 1 Freddy. He kicked all our butts, as you see. But let's just go ahead and pretend for the moment that Freaky Meatballs was hacking. Let's pretend that they got out and they had 32,000 points or whatever. But we just noticed them as a fellow survivor that they were flying around and going, obviously some speed hacks and, trolling the killer and just all kinds of crazy stuff. Maybe they were getting down and picking themselves up without any kind of perks to, no unbreakable or anything. Pretty obvious they were cheating. So what you want to do on PC, guys, is you want to go ahead and just click their name and then click View Profile, right? So when you click on their profile, wow, this guy has cheated in some kind of game. But again, guys, don't go mess with this person if you know them. This guy was not cheating in this game. I'm simply giving you an example, right? So the first thing you want to do is once you've got their profile up, we're assuming this guy was hacking in our game. He wasn't, but we're going to assume he was. So on their profile, you're just going to go ahead and right-click on it, and again, copy the page URL. Now, if you are on a console, you notice somebody hacking, and maybe they were on PC or whatever. If you notice some obvious hacking and you're on console, I'll cover that in just a few moments. But again, go ahead and copy the page URL. Again, bring up their profile, just in case you didn't notice how that was done. Click on their name, click a View Profile here. Bring up their Steam profile. Even if it's a private profile, doesn't matter, right? You're just going to right click. You're going to copy page URL. Once you have that page URL copied, you're going to go ahead and go to this website. And I'm going to have this link down in the description. This is STEAMID IO. STEAMID IO. There are lots of websites to find this information, but this is the one that I use, and I recommend using this one. Again, this link will be linked down in the description. Now that you've copied that URL, you're going to go ahead and paste that with Control-V, or you can right-click and hit Paste here. So once you have that, you're going to go ahead and hit Lookup. And this is the information you want. You have to do this, guys. You can't just report it in-game and call it done. If they're obviously hacking, it has to be more than an in-game report. You want to go ahead and do this. And all this information here is what you need. So don't write it down. Just simply go ahead and screenshot that, right? You're going to go ahead and screenshot this. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and go to your Paint program. And I have a Paint program right here. I use Paint.net. You guys can use the Microsoft Paint, whatever you want. Once you have this open, again, Control-V to go ahead and then I would just crop this, right? Crop this website, because this is the information that Behaviour needs, right? So then you're going to go ahead and just save this. I would just save this as cheater, DVD, whatever you want to call it, right? Whatever you want to call that. And you're going to go ahead and save that information, because again, this is the information that you need. And the reason this information is needed is because they need the SteamID 64 number here, right? So you want to do this pretty quickly, guys. You want to go ahead and screenshot it and save that, because what will happen is on the PC, this will time out eventually, and you won't be able to get back here to look up these profiles, right? So make sure you do this pretty quickly, or it will say disconnected from host, and you won't have access to this information anymore. Okay? So let me go ahead and get out of here. And we're going to show you what you do after you go to STEAMID IO and get that screenshot of their Steam profile information. Let me go ahead and get out of the game. Okay. Ignore all these icons on my desktop, guys. I am a game reviewer. I'm a game critic, so I have lots of games here that I need to review. And that's why you see so much. And I'm also a developer of indie games as well. You see all kinds of files and stuff there. Let's go ahead and cover that up with the SteamID profile. Then what you're going to want to do is follow the next link, or the other link down in the description, to the Dead by Daylight support site where you can submit a request. So this is exactly what you want to do. Especially if you're on console. I would recommend also doing the in-game report as well, but doing this, filling this report out as well will help give Behaviour more information on what's going on, especially if you have like a YouTube video or a Twitch video of the hacking. So go ahead here, if you're doing a hacker, you want to go ahead and go down to other here, right? Here you're going to go ahead and put in the subject. We're just going to go ahead and say survivor was speed hacking. We're just going to go ahead and say they were flying around. Speed hacking, overly obvious, right? And then just put whatever it was that they were doing as a subject. And here we're going to go ahead and say the Dwight Meatball, whatever his name was, right, was speed hacking and killer couldn't catch him. It was obvious. Then if you, let's go ahead and say that you have a video of it, right? You can see this in my Twitch or YouTube, whatever, right? VOD here. And let's say you have a 6-hour video. You don't want Behaviour to have to look through 6 hours of your stream to find it. Game starts, if it's like a 6-hour video, I would put at 3 hours, 22 minutes, right? So you put where the video starts, so they don't have to look through 6 hours of your video to find where the hacking took place, right? And then let's say that you are on PS4, PS5, wherever you were, you're going to put here, we're going to say PC Steam here. And then here, this is only going to be, the player ID is only going to be available if you were on PC. If you're on console, you're not going to know what their player ID was, right? So this is where you're just going to report. If you're on console, really all you're going to do is report them using the report system in the game, right? You're going to go ahead and click on their name, and then you're going to go ahead and put report, and you're going to fill out the report for whatever it was, exploiting or hacking, using hacks or whatever, and give as much information as possible on the in-game reporting system. But if you have video evidence and stuff like that, even on console, you'll probably want to go ahead and fill this out and just give them as much information as you can. Here, if you don't know what information was, you're going to give them as much information as you could. And, hey, it was a non-PlayStation player, name was whatever, right? Especially if you have video evidence, you probably want to fill out this report as well. And again, this link to the support ticket is down below in the description. So what you want is a Steam ID 64 number. We're going to go ahead and copy that here, right? And we're going to put that here. Right? Again, we're not really going to go ahead and report this. Also, guys, before you fill any of this out, make sure you sign in. You have to sign in before you do this. Otherwise, it will not submit the ticket. So before you do any of this, guys, on this support ticket, make sure you're signed in. It's right up here. It'll say sign in. And if you've never signed in to the support site for Behaviour, you'll have to create a login and password. Then you'll have to go to your email and verify it, all that good stuff there. But make sure you're signed in before you do any of this. Otherwise, it probably will not take. And then we're going to go ahead here, guys, and we're going to come in here and we're going to say this cheater. We're going to drag in that screenshot from that website that we have, so they have all the information. And you'll see that PNG or JPG or however you saved it show up here after you drag it over here. And we're not really going to submit this ticket, but if you do submit it right here, guys, and you are signed in, it will, right up here in the right, it will say you successfully submitted your ticket. And it'll give you a ticket number. And then it'll also have a screen here where it'll tell you exactly, it'll show exactly what you reported and all your details. It'll give you a ticket number. And you will also get an email. you will get an email from Behaviour saying you successfully submitted a ticket. So that is the proper way to submit a hacking report on PC, guys. The links are down below, and this shows you exactly how to do it. Make sure here you give them as much information as you can, especially if you're on a console. If you have, especially if you have a video. Oh yeah, let's go ahead and just say this was www. Also, you want to make sure you include that link, right? Twitch. Let's just say Twitch is Zaxter99. I'm just going to copy that, whatever whatever link it was for my VOD, right? Let's just go ahead and say video, and there's a whole bunch of numbers here, right? It's going to look something like that. You're just going to copy and paste it from your VOD on YouTube or Twitch or whatever. Make sure you put that in here as well. Also, make sure if it is like a long stream, make sure you put where in the stream that video starts. Again, as much information as you can right here. Put your platform that you experience it on right here. And if you have, if you're on PC, you want to go to that website, as I showed you earlier, and get that player ID, which is like the STEAMID I 64. If you're reporting this on a console, you want to go ahead and put either the PSN or Xbox gamer tag or the player cloud ID. Okay? And then any files you have, you want to submit those here. Hit submit. You'll see that you successfully submitted it here. Again, make sure you're signed in. Hopefully this helps you guys report a hacker or a cheater in Dead by Daylight. And if this video has helped you, be sure you let me know down in the comments below. Be sure you like my video. I would certainly appreciate that. And if you guys want to, if you guys have a video of a crazy hacker that you would like me to see or you'd like other people to see, be sure you put the link down in the comments below. That comment won't immediately appear because it will have to be approved by me. But if you guys want to submit a link to a video you have of a cheater that's just crazy and you want to share, be sure you put that link down in the comment and I will approve that comment. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. This has been Zaxter99. We'll see you in the next video. Good luck and stay safe out there in the fog. Peace, everybody. Take care.